Hi, I'm Patrick Mannion, Test and Measurement Editor for Electronic Design, and I'm joined here by Chris Loberg. Chris is Senior Manager for Performance Oscilloscopes for Tektronix. I'm here to talk about Ethernet interoperability. Hi, Chris. How are you?
Great. How are you today?
Good, thank you. So, as I mentioned, the main topic is Ethernet interoperability. So, I guess the main question is, what is causing the increased focus on Ethernet interoperability these days?
Well, the growth in the data center and cloud computing in general is driving a lot of activity in this space. So there are a number of things that are coming up with chip manufacturers trying to increase the speed of their transmission systems, and then network equipment manufacturers trying to come up with a system that's error-free and moving forward in terms of speed and access in and out of the cloud.
What sort of speeds are we talking about, and what are the issues that we're facing?
Well, some of the issues that are popping up as this need for speed goes into the cloud is interoperability issues. So as you might imagine, there are a number of different pieces that come together to form a data center. There's the network equipment manufacturers providing access in and out of the cloud. There's the long-haul transmission providers with fiber getting information back and forth between the data center and the end users. And then, of course, there's the server manufacturers providing access to data that's stored in servers inside those cloud computing centers. And so with all these different systems working together to perform error-free communications for you and I to upload our cat video onto Facebook and all that, we have some interoperability issues that come as a result of that. And one of those issues is link training. So really trying to debug link training on an Ethernet link is one of those pressing issues that's facing the industry.
What is link training, and why is it so important?
Well, link training is that dance between a transmitter and receiver in an Ethernet-based system where we're trying to establish a communication between a transmitter and receiver before actual data payload packets can start to go back and forth, and we can actually begin to have a conversation and share information. So sending information in and out of a server over Ethernet requires link training to just get that conversation, so to speak, started in the data communication system.
So how do you suggest that the designer gets started addressing interoperability for Ethernet? What sort of equipment do you need for that?
One of the first areas is around the PHY layer. As an oscilloscope manufacturer, we work with a lot of folks around solving PHY layer problems. And in the Ethernet world, PHY layer begins with, for these fast speeds, do we have enough amplitude, enough voltage height in our signal to carry through the complete transmission medium and come out in a way that's discernible by a receiver to know whether we're getting a 1 or a 0. And I mean, that's the fundamental PHY layer challenge that manufacturers have in building these systems.
Right.
So we begin trying to understand that and debug that. Do we have enough amplitude? And then this, the second challenge is we just move up the stack. So we're trying to understand what is the protocol behavior between that link training sequence. Does the transmitter and the receiver understand one another, and are they sending protocol-based messages back and forth in a timely and more accurate fashion?
What sort of equipment do engineers need to address that?
Well, in the case of a problem related to that, it's an oscilloscope that can really dig in and give deeper insight. In the past, most of these link training challenges on lower speed Ethernet links were solved with a protocol analyzer. Or maybe they weren't even emerging at all because the speeds were slower and there weren't really interop issues at the link training level. But now, with these 25 gig streams, it takes an oscilloscope with a fast trigger system and the ability to have segmented memory on that scope to really get a good look at what's happening on the link and decode it to give both the PHY layer person and also the protocol layer person an understanding of what's happening or what's gone wrong on that link.
So where can designers find out more about this, Chris?
Well, of course, on Tektronix.com, we have an application area in our solutions site on Tektronix.com around the data center and data communications. So they can come in there and learn more about our Ethernet link training option. Of course, also on the instrument side, it's the DPO 70000 SX page has a section in there about the link training option. So those are available to service online. There's technical application notes and videos there as well. For those customers in this space who are readers or followers of yours, they'll know that they can contact their local Tektronix account manager and learn more there in the form of a phone conversation or a direct visit.
That's great. Thanks, Chris, for your time. Really appreciate it. Again, this is Patrick Mannion with Electronic Design, signing off with Chris Loberg, Senior Manager for Performance Oscilloscopes at Tektronix. Thanks again, Chris. Have a good week.
All right. Thank you, Patrick. Take care.